Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Pro Wrestling Society podcast. I got some exciting news. The first match between Lucha Underground and Impact Wrestling has been announced. Let me read who's on the list. I'll look it up again. Yeah, I think it's Desmond, Xavier, DJ something something. Um, yeah, Andrew Everett, DJ Z. Then we got Drago, Aerostar, and King Cuerno. Now I haven't kept up with Impact in a really long time, so I don't know who these people are. But all I do know is I know that Drago, Aerostar, and King Cuerno are very, very talented wrestlers. I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of Drago or Aerostar that much. I mean, but from what I heard about Aerostar and what I've seen, this guy is just crazy. He's been, um, doing these crazy high flying stunts and whatnot, and like like when he fell off of the freaking roof in the I think the first season the first season of Lucha Underground, I was like, wow, that was crazy. He climbed up all the way to the top and just flew down like a freaking rocket. That was just insane. I was actually losing my mind like when that was happening. Oh my god, dang man, that was just. I wonder how he didn't even freaking die when that happened. Like he was holding his ribs and crap. Like it was just excruciating pain, from taking the fall that high. Man, that was really wild. Um, Drago, he's all right. I like his gimmick. I like his whole appearance and the freaking tongue thing that he does. Um, and I do admit that he's a somewhat of a good wrestler in the ring. Um, but he's just, I don't know, something about him is just not my thing, not my style. Um, King Cuerno is one of my all time favorites. Um, ever since I got into Lucha Underground, as I explained it before, he was all in it and whatnot, and as in he was all into hunting and catching prey, and very, very intelligent, very cunning. Um, got some cool moves like the arrow from hell, um, and a whole bunch of stuff. Like I do think that his character has been slipping up a little bit, but that's not his fault. I mean, I guess he was kind of misused in season 3, because he was solid in seasons 1 and 2. Um, so I'm pretty sure that this match is gonna be pretty killer. Pretty. I hope it is. I mean, I'm not really interested in the other Impact stars, to be honest, because it's just not the same as it was before. But I know that the Lucha Underground stars they're gonna raise hell in this main event. Um, so hopefully the match is good. Um, and if not, well, I'm still excited to see what else is on the card, or you know. Um, now I'm gonna go into the Vince Russo hate I've been uh hearing a lot about. I mean, I've talked about Vince Russo for God a lot on social media and in my blog and whatnot, and honestly, I think the hate is totally undeserved. I mean, I just don't see why. I really don't see why this guy deserves so much hate. You know, because the claims that people is ridiculous. The claims that people put out is just it's not even true. Um, like, okay, is he the best writer in the world? No, but he I gotta admit he has come up with some good ideas in the Attitude Era. Like he was literally praised. I mean, I saw a freaking article showing how he was praised by Vince McMahon and the rest of the employees on his work and really successful ideas. You know, involved with the Stone Cold, the Undertaker, Kane, um, the Generation X, a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, the greatest Attitude Era storylines were a part of Vince Russo's ideas. So, um, you know, granted, he has come up with a lot of bad ideas, but I think you know, if you look at the good ideas and compare them to the bad ideas, I think the good ideas have way more impact than the bad ones. I mean, and people also, it's ridiculous how they bring up the WCW thing and they say, "Oh, Vince Russo ruined wrestling. You know, Vince Russo caused WCW to fall," and they don't even get their facts straight. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, I went over this hundreds of times with people. You know, I have had these outrageous debates, and I pointed to this and that, and it just boils down to just pure hate. It's not even criticism. It's just hate. I mean, you just can't blame a whole person, just one person, for the fall of a whole company. That's just stupid, honestly. Um, you know, and people don't even understand why WCW fell. Like, you know, if you keep up with the interviews and stuff, I mean, the WCW fell partially because, as somebody, I think Eric Bischoff put it, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Um, so it's really absurd to just put the blame on Vince Russo. Um, Personally, I think the reason why he gets hated on so much is because he has this non-traditional approach to wrestling. He's a sports entertainment guy. He doesn't like. Um, I've listened to a lot of his stuff and watched his interviews, and he doesn't like wrestling, and you know the way traditional fans do. You know, where the storytelling and everything else is going on. He doesn't. You know, and he's made of great points. You know, he said that traditional wrestling doesn't sell anymore, and that's just a fact. You know, if you look at the numbers, um, study your pro wrestling history, you'll realize that pro wrestling has pretty much thrived on sports entertainment, not as a sport, not as this traditional um, type of approach to wrestling. I mean, um, so that's just a fact. I mean, and I think he genuinely cares about pro wrestling and where it's headed and bringing the numbers up and stuff like that. I mean, um, Do I agree with everything that he does? No. I think that there are some things that he does that isn't exactly my cup of tea. Like when he did that crash TV thing during the Attitude Era with the sex, the drugs, the what anything. Um, yeah, it brought numbers, but I thought you know I thought the whole drinking thing. I wasn't really interested in the drinking thing and the obscenities and stuff like that. And so um, I didn't think that was necessary to make a great storyline. Um, because I'm a storyline kind of guy, but I do appreciate his approach to pro wrestling, where he wants something for everyone, and um, it makes perfect sense because if you have something for everyone, then everyone's happy. I totally digged stuff like the Undertaker and Kane feud, um, and stuff like that. A whole, um, as long as I was interested in something, that was really all that mattered. I could care less about bra and panties matches and this and that and whatever. Um, Although I do find some of them entertaining. Um, Especially in the Ruthless Aggression era, not so much in the Attitude Era. So, um, Vince Russo haters, most of them don't know what they're talking about. um, I don't care if they get offended. I don't care if they dislike this video. I just don't care. Um, I've pretty much voiced my opinion and the facts in some instances. And people can take it or leave it, honestly. So, what do you think about the Impact versus Lucha Underground match and the Vince Russo hate? Do you think that it's justified, or does he deserve all the hate? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Um, if you have any topics that you want me to discuss, feel free to let me know as well. And that being said, like and subscribe to my channel, and peace out. Oh, and don't forget to if you want to donate money, don't forget to donate on the link below. That's all.